Alright, folks, this is Acid Roots. I've got a kind of relatively different Eminem project to review. This is the Slim Shady EP. And basically, the thing about this project is the fact that it's bonus content with the Slim Shady character. For most folks that probably may not know about Slim Shady and what happened to him after the Slim Shady LP, there was actually like a prequel to the Slim Shady LP, which had some of the music, and it was the Slim Shady EP. But basically, these are about the only two projects I really know of with the Slim Shady persona, which really, by the time Eminem made it to the Marshall Mathers LP, I think minus songs like Kill You and Kim and those type songs, I'd say Slim Shady was just slowly but surely disappearing, and really wasn't even there at all in the Eminem Show, Encore, and further projects. That's kind of the thing. But there was another, basically, like I said, bonus project dedicated to that character, which came out in 1997, which was right around the time that Eminem got signed to Dr. Dre's Aftermath label, and it was because of the Rap Olympics that Eminem went to that that happened. So a bit of backdrop about that. So Eminem went to California, did the Rap Olympics, and I think he brought like his project, the Slim Shady EP, with him. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, really, this came out in late 1997, so I'm not sure like the whereabouts. I know he was working on the Slim Shady LP in '98, but somewhere in '97 he brought this project. Dr. Dre heard it and signed Eminem, and it was just the that sort of stuff. Eminem had a fantastic 1997, but really his personality around that time was eviscerating, just because Slim Shady was such a dynamite personality, and that's really the thing about it. Like, he has a distinct voice. You'll know Slim Shady as soon as you hear it, and the lyrics and the flow that he spits on those songs is airtight, and it works just about on every song that he's on. Now, the problem with this project is just the fact that, unfortunately, the production is not much to speak of, and I really felt like Dr. Dre engineering his actual studio album helped so much. I mean, Eminem had the lyrics and the songwriting and the persona to be a star, but Dr. Dre's engineering helped him considerably with the Slim Shady LP. But for what this is just a raw album, but it's still good at the same time. And like I said, Slim Shady is just a blast to listen to. So um, there weren't really singles on this project. I would have to say it's probably just Don't Give a Fuck, which is actually better on the Slim Shady LP. I mean, it's okay on here, but I don't like it nearly as much. I felt like the production was way worse. And it's the same thing with Just the Two of Us, which is actually '97 Bonnie and Clyde later. So that song is better on the Slim Shady LP. I mean, If I Had is basically the same, but those are the three songs that you'll hear on a later project, and two out of three of them are really not that slick on this project. So, but some of the new songs, or some of the songs that didn't make it to the Slim Shady LP: Low Down Dirty, Perfect, this car song, hot box song, sipping beers, 40 ounces, that type stuff, just having a roundabout of a good time. And this was back when Eminem kind of had more of his party persona, and probably went to things like beer pong type stuff and stag parties and that sort of stuff. This, genuine fun times to be had and that sort of thing. Just basically like Mac Miller type stuff. Eminem was kind of on those vibes back in '97, but it's just, that's one of my favorite songs on this project is Low Down Dirty. Great production. He nails the lyrics, flows tight. No One's Iller is kind of similar to that, except his D12 crew is kind of on there. I don't really remember Fuzz Scooter that well, but he mimics like the Slim Shady type flow and does it pretty well. And then Murder is kind of another song with Eminem's songwriting, and I don't really like the production too much on this project, but it is pretty solid to listen to, and kind of showcases that he can tell a story and kind of have more songwriting than just saying fuck everything and club songs and songs for women and stuff. So it's interesting. Um, yeah, I would have to say, as far as that's concerned, it's really brief. I wish the Slim Shady character would have been explored more. Like I said, this feels just like a raw demo tape, just kind of like a bunch of just unfiltered Slim Shady type records that kind of take songwriting seriously, but not enough to the point where I think Eminem was kind of very much unsure if he was even going to make it. But it was just kind of, it didn't feel like a, like, I forget what those are called, but like it didn't feel like a press kit of something that to where you would get like his absolute best. And these are, I mean, maybe it was treated as such, but there's really no song like My Name Is that has any magnitude of like a radio airplay single. Like that was one of the songs, like I felt like the Slim Shady LP probably would have been a lot weaker without My Name Is, just because that was crafted for radio and it was a bona fide hit. But the unfortunate thing is there is no song like that on the Slim Shady EP. And I know because he was raw and unfiltered back in those days, there really wasn't anything. But Dr. Dre and Interscope helped carve out Eminem a bunch, because those are the sorts of songs that Eminem came up with later. Were songs like a better version of Just Don't Give a Fuck, My Name Is, Guilty Conscience, some of those type records that actually had intentions of being a huge star rather than just like, you know, an East Coast lyricist like he might have went if he had not been that way. That's just kind of the thing. So I'm going to give this record a 7 out of 10. And I'm going to go ahead, out of 6 songs that were on this project, I'll list the 4 that I recommend to you. So Low Down Dirty, If I Had, No One's Iller, and Murder Murder. Now, the thing about all these, like I said, the production is very off to the side and just more unfiltered. So it's not the Slim Shady LP, but it is bonus content for the Slim Shady character if you've heard everything by Eminem. And that's just kind of the thing. It works in the sense of just like some decent, you know, beer runs or something like that, something of that magnitude, but it's not. I felt like this project was just too sparse, and that's kind of the thing. It just felt like a supersized demo, which was really short. I know that sounds strange, but the quality of it was supersized, but it's just not enough of Slim Shady to really get like any emphasis to the point where the character could have explored like what it needed to. And that's the thing. And even the Slim Shady LP was not enough of Slim Shady, which is kind of the thing. The character dried up too quickly, and it's too bad because, you know, songs like Just Don't Give a Fuck, there only being like 1 or 2 of those songs that are like that is kind of a shame. Still Don't Give a Fuck, Just Don't Give a Fuck, but you know, you get the idea. So it's kind of, but it is for what it is. There are some extra Slim Shady songs in Eminem, which completely annihilates the lyrics. He's just, you know, he's interesting to listen to. His flow is great. It's like, this is probably one of Eminem's best points for his flow. I mean, he was great in 2003, great in 2001 and some of those years, but it was really great here. This is the Eminem that won, or almost won, the Rap Olympics and got Dr. Dre's attention. So that's what you have to understand. But yeah, 7 out of 10. I won't give it a social score just because it didn't really have a single, and I felt like Just Don't Give a Fuck was better on the Slim Shady LP. So this is kind of the thing, but for what it is, it's worthwhile. I probably wouldn't pay like, you know, more than like $25 for this project, but I just would have to say that it does have like flair just for a couple extra bonus Eminem songs that you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else. But I would recommend, I would definitely like for Eminem to release this on like CD or CD again and make it more available, and even give like some bonus songs that he recorded in 1997 around that time, because that's an interesting time period for Eminem, is 1997. I would definitely like to have heard more songs from him from that time period. So